We have made it to the future, guys. We finally have got a robotic pet that you can buy on Amazon right now and you can fully customize it. No, I'm not talking about those crazy big robotic dogs that would cost you thousands of dollars to buy and they look like they came from a Black Mirror episode. No, not those. I'm talking about these cute little palm sized robotic dogs that you can fully customize. And on top of that, they are super affordable and you don't even need to take them for a walk. Hi, I am Zain Khan from Engineering Simplified, and these little guys are called Bittle and they are made by a startup called Petoi. My friends Jared Petoi were kind enough to send me one of their little guys. So I'm going to be unboxing him. I'm going to be getting him up on his feet and I'm going to make him do all kinds of crazy stuff. There are going to be some timestamps on this video right here. So feel free to skip around if you want. And without further ado, let's dive in. On the front side of the box, I can see that it is an open source robot. It uses a curriculum or documentation which is designed by Tinker Jan. On this side is just a cute fancy logo of the company, some general instructions. Here it mentions a few key features of the robot, such as that it has extensible modules, which is good, and it even has an iOS and Android app, which is great. And on the back side, I can see that it can play tricks like a real animal. It can be controlled using Arduino, microcontroller, and even Raspberry Pi. And here is a QR code to the user manual. Opening it up real quick, here I get a small little card which says thank you for adopting Bittle. Some key links. Here is a bunch of servos. Yep, nothing too fancy. A bunch of screws. Here all the different components of the robot, the body of the robot, the head of the robot. Here is the brain of the robot, and here is a small remote to control the robot. Assembling this guy took me 1 to 2 hours, which wasn't that bad. They have got a complete video on their website which shows you exactly step by step what you need to do in order to assemble him. You also have an option of buying a pre-assembled version, which, to be honest, I wouldn't recommend because it is extremely fun to assemble something. And secondly, when you are assembling something, you get to know how the parts are connected and how the parts interact, and you get an idea of what the robot can and cannot do. So if you have an option, buy the unassembled robot and assemble him on your own. After you get your dog assembled, the next step is to calibrate this guy. What that means is basically you need to make sure that the servo motors right here are in the correct orientation and they know exactly where each of the legs are. The process is pretty straightforward. I use my Android app to get him assembled, and what you need to do is you need to make sure that the legs are at 0 configuration. Now your pet is all set and ready. There are 3 ways to command or control your pet. The first and the easiest way is to use the provided remote. So on this remote, there are these preset actions that you can perform just by pressing them. So you press one of those buttons and the robot does what it is commanded. So you can make it walk, crawl, you can make it run, sit, all of these simple stuff. And then you can make it do very interesting stuff, such as you can make it do push-ups, you can make it say hi, and it can even play dead. These are just a few of the things that your robot can do with the press of a button. The second way is to use their Android or their iOS app and control your robot directly from your phone. So it connects to your phone via Bluetooth and you can press these buttons on the app, and it is basically a substitute for using the given remote. So you press the buttons and the robot does what it is commanded. The third and the most interesting way to control Bittle is by downloading the software onto your computer and then sending commands over to it via Bluetooth or via the provided USB cable. And this is the area where the Bittle really shines, because you are not only limited by the preset actions that are on the remote, but you can make your own actions and the possibilities are tremendous. And the best part is you don't even need to know any programming at all. You can go into the software and you can use these simple sliders which correspond to the motors on the robot. So you drag and drop the slider and it moves the motor, and using this motion only you can generate commands and actions that your robot can do. And it comes without a surprise that there are users all over the internet which have made the Bittle do interesting stuff. So there's a user which has enabled its Bittle to do backflips. Then there's another user which has allowed its Bittle to hang on to the ceiling and all sorts of different things. I too will be experimenting a lot with my Bittle, but that is for another video. You don't even need to stop at just customizing the actions of the robot. What you can do is you can even customize the hardware of the robot. So you see, the head of the robot is made such that it can open and it can bite different sensors. So you can add a camera to the robot, you can add a microphone to the robot, you can add a touch sensor, infrared sensor, and there are tons of different possibilities. And it goes without saying that people on the internet have added different components and made the robot do different stuff. So the possibilities are really endless. And the best part is you can purchase all these different sensors and hardwares directly from Petoi's own website. They've got an amazing documentation for each of those sensors, so you shouldn't have any trouble incorporating them into your robot and making it do even more stuff than it can do right now. All of the integration with the hardware and the sensors is done in Arduino IDE, and Petoi has got an amazing forum where people all over the world collaborate and help each other out to get their own robots up and running. Given how easy it is to unbox him, assemble him, get him up and running, I think any 15-year-old would be able to do it. That being said, your Bittle is much more than a toy. Much more. It allows you to dive into the world of electronics, it allows you to dive into the world of robotics, it gives you experience in Arduino IDE, and you can even program it in Python. So, if you are an engineering student who wants to get involved into the world of robotics and it is going to be your first venture, then I think you should let your Bittle bite you. On Amazon and on Petoi's own website, you can get this guy for around $270. However, I have a good news. For just the viewers of this channel, they gave me a coupon code, so if you use this coupon code, you get additional discount. I know the price point seems steep, but if you factor in the possibilities of what can be done with this robotic pet, how much you can customize it, the experience that you are going to gain out of it, then I definitely think it is worth the price. That brings us to the end of this video. Do let me know down in the comments what actions you want me to teach my pet. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the time. And as always, see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.